let's take a look. I'm curious why the script isn't doing replay last incident if you just type in replay, because I thought that was something that I specifically coded in.
Back to you.
But now, okay, it's confused because it's actually on replay and it thinks it's going to be live. So let's see. Here is the logic for the replay command. So if you're not a premium user, it tells you to subscribe. And then if there's only two, so if you say PitGirl replay, there should be only two parameters, and it should do that. Else it goes through and does the real parsing and stuff. Command is not replay. Weird. Do me a favor and just do PitGirl replay again. Yeah, if you do just PitGirl replay, it should execute. But it's not. Why? Weird. Because there should only be the two parameters, PitGirl and replay. And it should get the replay last incident from the dict, unless I typoed that. So we'll save this and it'll write out a little message when she does it. Okay, initialized, okay. So try it again, see if we get the here. So it's definitely doing that part. Maybe I'm just getting the wrong. Is last incident really in the dict? Okay, try it one more time. Okay, so it's getting replay last incident. It's not getting. Is it telling you you're on cool? No. Yeah, so it's getting the replay last incident command. That's really weird. Is there anything going to the log? Let's see. Okay, do it again now. So it's not logging anything, which it would if it got to this block. And you're not getting the message about it being out. No, the log, I think, spits out automatically.
OKLAKEL1. Alright,
So,
Skater Jonas. Chase camera. Replaying last incident.
so that's what we get when it actually works.
Back to you.
Yeah, let's just double check. So this is the replay dictionary. Last incident, car number, Chris. Unless I have like a typo in here somewhere that I don't see. Okay, try it again. So it's not that. And it's not telling you it's got a wrong thing in the command, right? Okay, do it again. Crazy. So it's getting all the way into... This is the right place. Oh! I think I know what it is. Okay, I think the problem is it's expecting a car number and it doesn't have a car number, even though the command doesn't need a car number. So we're just gonna set
Well done, Chris. We finished in P3. You finish with 0.50 gallon.
hey, like, okay, so we're just setting a car number because down here it's expecting when we build the parameters and stuff, and I think that might be causing like a syntax error when it actually gets handed off to the subprocess run routine. Okay, try it again.
Okay, Skater Jonas. Replaying last incident.
Success. Thanks, guys. Okay, so the reason that this happened was I used to have all the logic for parsing the commands
Back to you.
sort of repeated in both the camera replay and checkout commands, but I consolidated all of that into this function. So I know it used to work, but when I set up this parse command function, so I can use the parse command in both the replay and camera stuff. So what this does is it first goes through and checks everything in whatever you type and sees if there's a value that matches one of the types. So this takes in the command line data as well as the dictionary for the command that's calling it. So the replay sends its command, checkout sends its command dictionary, whatever. So it first goes through and checks to see if there's any valid type. If it got one and it doesn't need a number, it just uses that. So it sends the command that it got and it sends the car number 0 back. If it did get a car number, and that wasn't the case in the previous condition, then it goes through to see if it gets a number at all. And if it does get a number but no obvious command, then it's going to call the number one. So it would be like replay car number or checkout car number. So if all you said was PitGirl replay 12, this would get satisfied and it would replay car number 12. If it got a number command and it got a number, then it uses that. But if it got here and it got a number command, but it didn't have anything else, then it looks to see if there's another command that it could do. So this is to do like PitGirl checkout car ahead. So that would get, the logic would get a little fumbled because it found car, and that car is usually one that needs a number. But the behind would get triggered when it comes through here again. So if it found another command on its second pass, it just uses that. If it gets all the way down here and none of those other conditions are valid, then it says you needed a car number. If it didn't go in there because it wasn't the number condition, then it knows you didn't find a command at all. And then this is the very end where it just logs out that it didn't work. So yeah, try that. Just say, well, let's see if what cars are still in the thing. So yeah, just do PitGirl replay 1 and see if it replays Freddy.
Sure thing LAKEL1. Replay on car number 1.
Well, I took out that I took out the here's from the script, but I hadn't saved it and reloaded it yet. So the script is now saved. And it's reloaded. So now, but okay, so let's go back to me for a second.
Back to you.
So if you did like check out car 12 behind, no, do that. Check out car 1 behind and see if that does. I think that'll do car 1 because it found both the number and the car.
Okay, LAKEL1. Checking out car number 1.
Right. But if
Rear
we
chase camera.
if we reordered it and you said pick out or check out
Chase
car
camera.
behind,
Watching your car. Back to you.
I think if you said check out car behind 1, it might do the behind. Try that. PitGirl check out car behind.
Towing the car. Checking out car behind. Rear chase camera.
And it got the
Chase camera.
there's a brief period when we cross the start finish when the safety car is the
Watching your
car
car.
behind. And I don't really have a
Back
good way
to
to
you.
check for that. But anyway, I think it's working now. Oh, but I bet we have a similar problem with the checkout. Hold on. Because I special cased that too. So this is replay. And here's where we just set the car number if it's the special condition. And in checkout, it checks out, and it would default to checking out me. But again, it doesn't have a car. So I bet if we do that, try just say PitGirl check and see what happens. So nothing. So it's the same fail that we saw with replay. But if I put in this car number when we get to that condition, save the script, reload it. Okay. Do the same command, PitGirl check. Come on.
Checking out your car. Rear chase camera.
Success.
Chase camera. Watching your car.
Okay.
Back to you.
So the last thing was I was going to make it so that if So on the execute, it comes in here, sees if they're a follower or not. This little loop checks to see if it got any of the commands. So this is what checks for camera, replay, or check out. I was gonna put something in here so that if they still just provided a camera, so if you just said PitGirl chase, it would go to the chase camera command. But I think that's gonna be a little more than I want to do right now. So we're gonna quit while we're ahead. Save the script. So that's a little peek behind the curtain into PitGirl Scripting. And then it's cool. See, like here in Streamlabs chatbot, this is the line for the PitGirl command script or whatever. And so here are all like the user cooldowns that we can specify. Here's stuff about the Twitch API, which I probably shouldn't show on screen. And then here's stuff about voice attack, which has like the command line to it and stuff. And then this log level determines how verbose the logging is. So if it's log level 1, it only ever spits out errors. If it's log level 2, it spits out errors and yeah, it's not, you couldn't see enough of the strings to really do anything with it. Even if you went back on the VOD and frame stepped and got it, I'm not worried. And then log level 3 is like everything as far as super verbose, all the checks and stuff that are just superfluous. So I usually run with log level 2. But cam, we could easily make it the cam is, well, that's the way it works, is it sets the command to usage, and if it doesn't find a command, then it spits out the usage. But let's see. Okay, try it again with just that chase cam. Maybe.
Okay, LAKEL1. Chase camera.
Okay, let's take a look at the results. It was a fun race, by the way. Okay, so car 4 finishing third, plus 31 points. Above 2.5k again. Excellent. Not competitive with really the fast time of the race, but not too far off, especially considering the amount of, or lack of practice that we had. I'm not too disappointed by that. 1.2 seconds. It's fine, you know. Fast guys are fast. Okay, so like I said, I have not prepared for Indie Pro at Detroit, and Detroit is not one of the tracks that I can just hop in and perform. I need to keep it out of the wall. Okay, so I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we fixed the scripting. I feel better about that. But yeah, all of PitGirl Twitch integration is this stripped. Sets up all the dictionaries for the commands and their types and stuff. I set this up expecting people would, be rude to PitGirl as far as like putting in a lot of vulgar language and stuff like that. But she's never, to the best of my recollection, ever had to use it. If anybody triggers any word in that dictionary in a command, she tells you not to use that kind of language and gives you like a 5 minute time down or timeout. But like I said, I don't think it's ever happened. So the execute routine comes in, make sure that it's PitGirl is the command, checks to see if they used any bad words, checks to see if they're a follower. The follower stuff is crazy. So this check follows. Has to do a bunch of Twitch API calls. That was really fun to learn how to do. So by default, if it fails, it's going to say they follow anyway. Um, but it goes through, checks to see if it has to get their user ID from their login, tries that. If that works and then we got a user ID, it checks to see if they follow from the stream ID, tries for that. Any of these could totally fail. But if it does come through that they do follow, the only thing that I ever set, if it works all the way through and they don't follow, that's when it gets set to false. But otherwise, it gives them the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, it checks to see if they follow, and if they do follow, then they get to use the command. Any followers can use the camera command, but it checks for VIPs, and actually checking for VIPs and subs and mods is a lot simpler than checking for follows. It's weird. It's just merged into one. So if you're a premium user or a follower, those are the two cases. So a follower is just anybody who follows the channel, and a premium is somebody who's VIP sub or mod. So the check for premiums is a lot simpler. So the parent object that we get from Streamlabs actually has this permission stuff to check. So I can check to see if they're VIP, subscriber, or moderator. So if any of those are true, then they're premium. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they might be doing API stuff behind what I can see, but the API thing is fragile because you have to have an OAuth user ID token to give, and they only last for a certain amount of time. So, like in the beginning, when it initializes and it prints out that PitGirl initialized okay, what that really means to me is that the OAuth stuff works. And if she says PitGirl did not initialize okay, then that tells me I have to go and read up to the auth token. And that's like a manual process that I have to do. It's possible to script it, but it's weird. So if they don't follow and they're not premium, then they get the message to please follow before they can use the commands. But then it checks to see if there's a command. If there is, it gets the dictionary result from the match on the command is actually the name of the function to run. So it just calls whatever function it got. And if it didn't get any function, then it calls usage. So it goes through camera if that's what it got. Goes through replay if that's what it got. It goes through checkout if that's what it got. Or if it didn't get any of those, it goes through usage, which gives it the whole thing. And then the run command, when it actually gets to sending the command to voice attack, it's just really simple. It's calling subprocess call, and that's it. With this, path to voice attack, the name of the command you want to run, and any strings. So, hey, welcome to the stream. Devin, woo! Slappity. We just fixed a couple PitGirl script errors. It's amazing. It's amazing any of this ever works. But yeah, that's it. That's PitGirls. PitGirl Scripting. So yeah, Devin, we just did a Formula Renault 2.0 race at PyCharm, yeah. And it's cool because PyCharm has VI editor syntax integrated, which is what I'm sort of uncannily familiar with. All of VI for me is just like muscle memory. I don't even know about, the commands I'm using anymore. It's just, that's the way I learned it. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay, so the bad news is I don't think there's anything that I'm prepared to just jump into. Let's take a look at the schedule again. So Ferrari at Scuba could be fun, but I'm not prepared for that. Drifting! Well, I jumped into this Formula Renault race with practically no preparation or practice, but we ended on third place, and it was a fun race. So you're doing the GTE thing tomorrow? That's gonna be crazy, man. I don't think I'm gonna stay up late enough to do the next roof or radical race. Roof at Laguna Seca has been fun, but challenging, and radicals at Imola is just a blast. That's just a fun combo, no matter what. Okay, well, in that case, I think I am going to sign off for now. I don't think I don't think I have it in me to stay up until midnight to run another race, and I'm sure you guys don't want to just watch me putter around with scripting stuff. So I am going to do the same thing, Devin. Time for bed. But thanks for watching, guys. That was a super fun radical or Formula Renault race. Uh-oh. We just got a host or raid or something. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy. Drive safe. I will see you later. Bye-bye. PitGirl, end stream.
Ending stream. Please remain calm.